we'll be looking at the rising food prices in our marketplaces, alongside the planned removal of fuel subsidy by the federal government of Nigeria. With me in the studio right now is Barrister Ogene Jabo Ikimi. A beautiful morning to you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Good to meet you again.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, Barrister Ogene Jabo.
Yes.
You know, it's not even December yet, but then it's looking like everything has doubled, including the price of sachet water, what we call pure water. It used to be 10 naira. Long ago it was 5 naira, but now it's 20 naira. A bag is no longer even so affordable anymore. What's going on, really?
Now, first of all, I like being addressed as Ogene Jabo Ikimi, not Barrister Ikimi. It's not a barrister, it's not a title. Now, you see, things are going up every day. And the question I ask myself, do we really love Nigeria? Do we love our country? Because Ogene Karo, you are a broadcaster. If you don't love your job, you can't grow. You can't grow as a broadcaster. If you keep castigating your job as a broadcaster, you keep castigating it, say, this work, not be work. You can't grow on the job. That is the same thing with Nigeria. We don't love this country. America will say, God bless America. When they wake up, God bless America. America first. Before any other thing, America first. But here in Nigeria, we don't love our country. It is as if the real Nigerians just left Nigeria for us strangers to come in to dwell. That is why, because we don't love Nigeria, we don't love our countrymen, that is why a group of Gari women will come together, form an association. Not association to improve the quality of Gari, but to just hike the price. They will come together, all these meetings, they come together and say, this is how we are going to sell the Gari now. They don't love their country. They don't love their countrymen. Then how can the country grow? If you don't love your country, how can it grow? I used to hear this man singing, Nigeria Jaga Jaga. I think Nigeria cannot be Jaga Jaga. For Nigeria to grow, we must cultivate, change our mentality. We must change our mindset and begin to see Nigeria as first, Nigeria first. We begin to, talk positively about Nigeria, for Nigeria to grow. Because if Nigeria do not grow, we cannot grow. Now come to the prices of things. That is why I laid this preamble. We don't love Nigeria. That is why prices of things keep going up. For example, you see, when the rumor of petrol prices comes, you see every petrol station locking up. Why are they locking up? Because they heard that there's going to be increment in the price, pump price. Is that not so? They will lock up. And when the price increment comes, they will adjust their pump price. They will adjust it immediately. But meanwhile, those stocks that are with them are the old stock which they bought with the old price. But because of the increment, they quickly adjust their pump price. And they begin to sell those old stock to the populace at the new price. Now, those same petrol stations, when they now say the prices have gone down, they will tell you, we are still selling in the old. They will not adjust the pump price again. They will tell you we are adjusting. We bought this thing expensive. We want to sell this stock. Do we really love ourselves as a nation? How can we grow? How can we grow? How can a former Inspector General of Police have 17 billion naira kept? Does he love the Nigerian police? Does he love the welfare? Does he love the welfare of the policemen? You know, if a former Inspector General of Police was in trial for 17, does he love Nigeria? So it is the question of, do we love our country? If we do not love our country, we do not love our countrymen, we cannot grow. You see desperate Nigerians wanting to leave the shores of this country Desperate young men, they want to leave. They say, you cannot make it in Nigeria. You don't love your country. You cannot make it in Nigeria. Where can you make it? You can make it elsewhere. 16,000 Nigerians are in jail in South Africa. Because the kind of mindset they took away from here, that we are going to make it. And in the society you are going, that is not how the society works. The society is regulated. It's a different. So if you don't like Nigeria, you cannot love. If you don't love Nigeria, you cannot love another man's country. 16,000 Nigerians are languishing in jail in South Africa. And do we have 16 million South Africans in jail in Nigeria here? They stick to their country. They love their country. So until we change our mindset and we begin to love our country, because many of these prices you see, we begin to blame Buhari, we begin to blame Okowa. It is we that need to be blamed. We need to blame ourselves. Some years back, when we had this flood everywhere, a basket of garri, which was 700 naira then, rose to 2,000 naira. Was it Jonathan that was doing that time? Was it President Jonathan? Was it Governor Duaga? You know what the youths did? The youths in Egini and Ujewu, because it was this Egini market when you are going to Odu Road. When you are going to Otodu. They came and warned the market women that if you do not reverse your price, leave this market. And just like magic, the prices went back. You understand? So you see, these prices we are talking about, most of this increment, we are the ones just hiking these prices. Because we do not take Nigeria one. We do not love our country. We do not love our countrymen. Waiting go happen, make it happen. That is the kind of mindset we have. And waiting go happen, make it happen. It is already happening. And we all are suffering it. So until we change our mindset, these prices will not go up. And again, too, government cannot control the prices because they do not have an input in making of garri. Did they help the farmers? This cassava you see, they planted them in rural areas, very interior areas. They will still have to bring them from these interior areas. There are no good roads. In the first place, the farmers are not giving fertilizers. The farmers are not giving loans. They don't have storage facilities. So many of these perishable goods, half of them get destroyed, even in the farm.
Okay, Ogenejabo Ikeme, let's try to take participation from our viewers this morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, network doing its thing with that call, but then to join us on the program this morning, the number for you to call is right there on your screen. Remember, when you call in, either turn down the volume of your TV set or please step away so we can hear you easily without distractions and all of that. Ogenejabo Ikeme, please call.
Yeah, no, you see, farmers, traders in the north bringing their goods down to the south here and saying this is how we sell. But this union here will say, no, we don't sell this way. This is how we sell it. And if you don't want to sell it that way, we will buy it from you and begin to sell to our people. That is why you see all these prices being hiked and causing inflation here and there. But in organized countries, what the government does is to buy these grains, to buy this foodstuff, and keep them in strategic reserves. So that when the prices of these grains, these agricultural products are going up, they release these strategic reserves. Look at gasoline in the United States. We call it petrol here. They call it gasoline in the United States. When the price of gasoline about 2 weeks or so was going up, what Joe Biden did was to order that all the strategic reserves where gasoline had been stored should be released. And they flooded the market with gasoline to control the price. That is what the government should be doing here. We should not just be blaming the government. We should not blame Buhari. We should not blame Buduanga. But we should engage our leaders. Our leaders are not being engaged. We don't engage them.
Hold on, please. Hello, good morning. Yes, good morning. Hello, good morning. We can hear you. What's your name and where are you calling from? Network. Okay, Nature Boy King, you've been talking about, the reason we're having increase in prices of food is as a result of no control and the wickedness of man to man.
Yes.
But then let's look at it this way, especially from the perspective of a local trader who has children in school, and then the price of gas has skyrocketed, the price of fuel has increased, thereby leading to increase in the cost of transportation. Every other thing has increased. You have children to pay school fees.
Yes.
You have personal upkeep to do.
Yes.
Not be able to increase my price.
Yes, that is what we are talking about. If we love this country, the price of fuel will not increase. Okay. The price of gas will not go up.
Yes.
Now, why is the price of petrol? Why the government want to increase the price of petrol? Because they are asking for a loan of $30 billion from the World Bank. They are talking. Buhari said, we are talking with World Bank. President Buhari, what are they looking for $30 billion for? They said they want to establish a vaccine factory. They want to use the money to build a vaccine factory. And Moderna, there's a company called Moderna, which is an expert in production of manufacturing of vaccines. They said they want to build a vaccine factory in Africa that will cost them $500 million. The same vaccine factory that Moderna wants to establish in Africa here, that is the same vaccine factory we are taking $30 billion for to build. Mind you, we have already taken $16 billion. From that $16 billion, $280 million we are assigning to, we have set aside $280 million from that $16 billion to buy mosquito nets. And what we're wondering, what will it cost us to set up a mosquito net factory in Nigeria?
I think that very clause was cancelled by the Senate, in the budget.
Okay, it was cancelled, but they approved it. It was approved. The loan was approved. The Senate is saying they have cancelled it. But by the time they begin to buy these things, they begin to spend this money. Will you be there? Well, you see, that is why I talked about, do we really love our country? Now, because if we love this country, they are discussing with World Bank. And World Bank is saying that if you want this loan, you have to remove all subsidies. And now, government is saying, okay, to comply with the condition of World Bank, we are removing subsidies from oil, subsidies, electricity, subsidy. And if they remove subsidy from oil, that is a liter of oil petrol will now cost 340 million. 340
Hello,
naira.
Morning. Hello. Okay, the network seems to be playing a fast one.
So,
please to welcome.
a liter, if you remove the subsidy, a liter of petrol will now be 340 naira. And government knows that there's going to be a backlash. Government is suggesting 5,000 naira per liter.
Exactly.
5,000 naira palliative for 40 million Nigerians.
And yes, I was going to come to that part exactly. But then I'd like to start on this note that the minister in charge of petroleum resources for state, of course, because the president is the minister of the ministry. So the minister of state for petroleum resources said the reason for the removal of the subsidy is as a result of the Petroleum Industry Act, that was passed into law, and that in that act there is no room, absolutely no room for subsidy, so there will be no constitutional backing to continue subsidy in the sector. As a result, it has to be scrapped once that act comes into effect full-time next year. And that's why they are telling us that from next year, when that act comes into effect, there will be no more subsidy. And then again,
the argument, the argument is disgusting. It's a disgusting argument.
Okay.
That is a disgusting argument. Now, because of, okay, let's talk about this PIB.
Let's see if this will go through. Please hold on. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello.
Now, how much do we spend for? We spend 1.8 trillion on subsidy. The PIB do not make provision for subsidy. Does the same PIB make provision for the payment of 5,000 naira to Nigerians, to 40 million Nigerians? You see, the mere fact that we are even paying 5,000 naira per month for 40 million Nigerians means that we are creating a new regime of subsidy. Because at the end, for a year, if we begin to pay, I know it will not work, but assuming, without considering that it works, 5,000 naira to 40 million Nigerians in 1 month is 200 billion naira. And in 1 year, it is 2.4 billion naira.
That is way...
It is 2.4 trillion naira.
That is way more than the subsidy.
So it is more than the subsidy we are even talking about. The subsidy we are talking about, the removal of the subsidy. 1.8 trillion. Okay, now it was not provided for, according to the argument of the minister. It was not provided for in the PIB. Now, the payment of 5,000 for 40 million Nigeria was also provided. Now, we now decide to pay 5,000 naira a month for 40 million Nigerians. In the first place, we have not identified the 40 million Nigerians we are talking about.
The people eligible for collection.
The people eligible. Now, again, too, it is not even provided for in the budget. The Senate said it is not in the budget. Now, assuming we are providing this money, the Nigerian government is providing the money, 5 million times 40 million Nigerians, that is 200 billion naira. And in a year, it will now sum up to 2.4 trillion naira. So we have succeeded in creating a new regime from 1.8 trillion to 2.4 trillion naira. Now, I think we don't have to leave Nigeria alone for our leaders. We need to sit them down and talk. Now, our refineries, what is happening to the refineries? The Warri refinery here, or the Warri refinery here, the Port Harcourt, they are working, but not optimally. They are still producing. Now, if we cannot turn these refineries around, why don't we engage in modular refineries? Now, I'm coming. Okay. We are talking about bringing the price down.
Yes.
This country is for me and you.
Definitely.
It is not Buhari's country. It is for me and you. We need to engage our leaders and talk to them. We don't need to shy away.
I was coming to
now,
that because the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources a while back, I think 2 months ago, came out on live interview to say, okay, yes, they are currently working to, optimizing the local refineries, talking about Warri Refinery, Kaduna Refinery, and Port Harcourt Refinery. The people are already bidding the contracts, to revamp them and get them to full optimal functioning. And right now, I know that currently the Dangote Refinery in Lagos is still ongoing. We don't know when it will come up, but we know it's still ongoing. We have a modular refinery project going on in Delta State and another one going on in Edo State at the moment.
Now, that is a beautiful talk. You have given us a beautiful history about it. Now, the one of Dangote,
yes,
government has no hand in Dangote.
Private,
it is just private. And Dangote is what we are talking about. Is not all this, because when the Minister for Petroleum is talking about, he will not give you the roadmap. This is what we have gone to. This is what we have done, and this is what we intend to do. It's just a question of say it is ongoing. It is ongoing. You see a completed or uncompleted project, they will tell you it's an ongoing project. And you know that they have abandoned it. So, you see, enough of this deceit. Now, we have oil bunkers all around. Why don't we give these oil bunkers a license to run modular refineries? Because as we talk, oil bunkering is going on. The bunkering is going on. Oil, you see, we lost 400,000 barrels of oil to bunkers every month.
That's right. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, please. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I am Mr. Ike.
Okay. Mr. Ife, calling from where? Okay. Please let's hear what you think on the discourse this morning.
I just said that the DPSS wants to rectify WhatsApp. That's right.
Okay, I think that was a wrong call for this program right now. Please go ahead.
Now, why don't you give these bunkers? Because our security agents will come and say, we have destroyed we have destroyed bunkering, we have done this, we have done that. But bunkering never ends. The reason why bunkering do not end is that there is connivance with this oil. I don't want to call them oil thieves. Government say they are oil thieves. I want to call them bunkers. There is connivance in the bunkering industry. It's an industry now. It's booming. There's connivance. The army, the navy, the police, the civil defense, all are all involved, conniving with the oil bunkers. So why don't you give these people license? You see, the army will come and say, we have destroyed this. You destroy this, you destroy that, and we, at the end of the day, we degrade the environment. The environment we are protecting, you now degrade it. So, what the government need to do, let's sit down and tell the government, give these oil bunkers a license. Now, when you give them license, they will buy this license. They will buy the oil. Instead of stealing this oil, they will buy. And it will create employment. You just turn away and said you want to, you are building, you are giving us history. We are building modular refineries. We are doing this. We want this practical here. Give these people license. Let them operate. And you see that we will have enough fuel. We will have enough petrol. Look at the gas we are talking about. A cooking gas is going to 10,000. By the end of next year, it will be up to 20,000. But behind this television station here, we are flaring gas. Is it not the same gas? We flare gas everywhere. From 1958 till date, we are still flaring gas, over 60 years. But when these British people discovered gas in the North Sea, gas was not flared in one day. What was the magic? Because they love their country. They know the importance of the gas. They don't want to waste this gas. And they did not flare one single gas. But come and see Nigeria. We have been 50 years. And nobody, our leaders are not worried. Even we are not worried. Why don't we hold the government to ransom? In Nigeria here, you will not take our oil until you find a solution to this gas. Can't we do it? Can't we hold the government to ransom and say, this gas you are flaring, you will not, until there is solution to this gas, you will not take our oil. Is that not a good fight? We are fighting for ourselves. But when they take this oil and our gas is being and we want to cook, we are talking of a cooking gas for 10,000 naira per bottle. Even the bottles we are talking about, we don't produce them here in Nigeria. You see, so I begin to ask myself, do we really love this country? Because if our leaders love this country, they say, government cannot do it alone. I agree, government cannot do it alone. But when it comes to looting of public funds, they do it alone. Do they not do it alone? Do it alone. But when it comes to the things that will benefit all of us, government will say, we cannot do it alone. Yes, you cannot do it alone. But these are the roadmaps. Citizens should be government does now. We should be interested. Look at the road. Look at there was demonstration yesterday in this Saple Bini Road. Look at it. It's not passable. Now the people are demonstrating. Yes, we need to demonstrate. Our youth need to come out and demonstrate. If government ties that road and put toll gates, if government tie the road here from Warri here to Benin and put toll gates, it will bring money, it will provide job, will remove some people from the streets. It will provide money for us to maintain the road. So, but we are not taking along that line. We don't have toll roads are everywhere in the United States. And this money they use to repair the roads. They don't have to wait for government. But here, we have misplanned. We have mismanaged our economy. As if we don't belong to this country. The country does not belong to us. Everybody, we don't care. Everybody just behave as if nothing will happen. And something is happening. So if we do not tackle the government, if we do not tackle the government as it concerns, as it pertains the gas, they will continue to exploit this gas and we will continue to lose our gas. Do you know that Nigeria is the 4th largest flyer of gas in the world? Go to Google and find out. Nigeria is the 4th largest flare of gas in the whole world. The gas will flare in 1 year, in 1 month. It's enough to give West Africa light for a whole year. You can imagine we have been flaring the gas from 1958 from Oloibiri till date, and we are not talking. Our government keeps promising us we will end gas flaring. The last time government was talking, he said in year 2020 gas flaring will end in 2020. This is 2021. We are still flaring gas. So it is time for us to tackle our government. Don't take any oil from here until you bring companies to stop this flaring, because we are talking about environmental degradation. I mean, we are talking of environmental degradation. We are talking of earth warming, or what do you call it? Climate change. Then we cannot tackle this issue of gas. Each president comes, they will talk and go. Each president come, talk and go. Okay, it's enough of this talk. Don't come here and exploit our oil. Until this issue, government will solve it. It will be solved. So when the white man sees us, when we see us that we are a bottle of gas is 10,000, they laugh at us. And these people don't know what they are doing. And because the reason is because the citizens are docile. We don't end government. All we just do is is it the Fulani mandate that is our problem? It is not. It's not Buhari that is our problem. We are the problem of. It is me and you that is the problem. Government is doing their own. We are not telling government account for this. Account for this. We are not talking. So until we start talking, the prices of goods will continue to increase, because it's as if the country does not belong to us. We don't love the country. It's not as if it belongs to us. The woman who is selling Gary can just increase it. This Gary, her Gary, and say at least my children, they go school and they pay rent. So I have to increase my Gary, because from the top there's jaga jaga. Instead of we saying God bless Nigeria, changing our mentality, we say Nigeria don't finish. Now if Nigeria finish, keep going. Another man's country. Another man's country. You can't. You have to come back. We have to change our mentality, repair our country, make our country work again. The only people that can make Nigeria work again is Nigerians, not the United States, not any other person. It's Nigerians. We have to change our mentality
Okay,
and our mindset.
we'll come to that part in conclusion, but then there's something I want to ask. You talked about having modular refineries and then also investing in these people that are into oil bunkering, making it legal and all of that. If that is done, perhaps we'll have a lot of refineries around, and as such, lots of locally produced fuel, thereby avoiding the use of dollar and all of
Exactly.
that affecting the market.
Exactly.
But then, if that is done, do you see Nigerians in charge of these industries selling these things for less? Or do you see them increasing the prices as we always do?
No, you see, by the time there are a lot of petrol everywhere. Now, the petrol, when the petrol is much and the demand is less, the prices will come down. These are just simple elementary economic principles. But here, we have to audit. But in a situation where I'm producing, you are producing, there's competition. If your own is too high, I will go to another man's. I know. I will just go to Eze's place. Or if Eze's own is too high, I'll go to Organovo's own. Because we know ourselves here. I will just drive down. So there is competition. It is not a situation where you have to import. You don't know where you are importing this petrol from. Whether it is even condescending, they are even importing, we don't know. We don't know where it comes from. We don't know the origin of this petrol. We just know that we have petrol. But in this case where Mr. A is producing, I know him. Mr. B is producing, I know him. If the prices is high, I will go to Mr. B. Because there's going to be a lot of local refineries around. So we can buy at the one that will dictate the price. Now, assuming, without considering, that they also form a union. That is the point I want to go to. In Europe, you have don't buy, protest. Don't buy, protest. Don't buy. When they abandon shops, they don't patronize any good. They don't patronize the good. They just set aside 2 days or 3 days. Aside, we will not buy parties. Don't buy protest. How many of us can do without Gary for 3 days? We are not going to buy Gary. This your Gary, we will not buy it. Moko go shopping. You can only do that where you have food sufficiency. But here, where there is no food sufficiency, you see, when hungry beats on I will come. Is that not so? So, what we need to do is government, put money aside. Ministry of Agric, we have Ministry of Agric in all the 36 states and in the federation. Vote money aside. Let us be warehouses where all these grains can be bought from the farmers. Because most of the grains coming from the farms, many of them are perishable and they get destroyed. They get damaged. So it's involved. We buy all these grains and keep them in the warehouse, for example. When the prices of these commodities are going, government, we will get to that stage. The government. What is it? Though they are also indirectly responsible, but the solution hold our leaders responsible. Do you know that it is the responsibility of government, the primary responsibility of government is to engage, is to ensure the welfare and security of the people. It's the primary responsibility of government. We need to hold them responsible. We need to tell them. So that is the issue. So because if we say control, price control, price control. Price control will not work. Government is participating in the production of these agricultural products. Only way is involved. But this one, the government is not involved. How do you control prices?
Ogene Jabo Ekeme, we've been talking about rising food prices, including the planned removal of fuel subsidy by the government. Ogene Jabo Ekeme, in 30 seconds, your last word on the program this morning.
Well, I think we have to change our mentality, because the way we live in this country, we live as if this country is not our country. We just behave as if we are settlers in this country. We must love our country, because if you love your country, you will grow and your country will grow. People who are running away from this country cannot even do well outside, because that's another man's country with a different culture, with a different setting. So we must ensure that we grow this country, we develop this country. Because if you love this country, you will not increase prices arbitrarily. Government will not loot our public fund if we love this country. So that is my take.
Thank you so much, Ogene Jabo Ekeme, for joining us this morning. It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much.